What's up, nerds? Plugged In is back and better than ever. I'm your host, Tyler, along with Sanaya and Ant, and today we are discussing Jordan Peele's new movie, Stranger Things Season 5, and so much more. Let's roll that intro. All right, so our first topic of discussion today is Jordan Peele's new movie. We didn't really get any information on it besides a release date, which is Christmas Day 2024. What do you guys think about that date? Is that too close or should be the right amount of time?
I think that's a perfect date, if I'm going to be honest. It's a nice little, gift for the fact that we have gone about, a year or some change without hearing from Jordan Peele. So I do think that it's a very interesting date because he usually just goes for like summer dates from what I've seen. So going straight for winter was a definitely bold choice. But I do think, it's Jordan Peele, so I expect nothing less that it's going to be an amazing movie.
Oh, definitely. What about you, Ant?
No, I think the timing works. Sometimes the scariest movies come out around that time because everybody's always like locked in with all the cold weather that like it really can like bring out the extra bit of fear. Mm-hmm. So I think no matter what, it's going to be extremely creative, as most of his movies are. So
I also saw that it comes out like a little under a week or a week after Avatar 3 comes out as well. So he has like that like back of like Avatar coming out like the week before. So I don't know how I feel about how that's gonna rock things up about it, but I'm excited nonetheless.
I forgot Avatar 3 was going to be coming out around that same
Yeah, because
time.
we've talked about it a lot these past few semesters of like, hey, Avatar 2, that happened, but I thought that they kept talking about 4, so I'm glad we're finally getting to 3 because they had been talking about 4 for like the longest time, so... But I do not like that it's going to be like sort of competing with this movie because I really wanted to give it its own chance to like do its thing.
They really did just skip over 3 and then be like, oh, hey, here it is.
Like, here's 4.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Grab some popcorn. You know it's going to be a fun night.
Calling it right now, 3 is going to be the best out of all of them, and they just
100%.
completely forgot to
They just forgot to talk about it. Right.
But who do you guys think will be cast in the movie? Any obvious choices? Any blind sides? Who do you think?
I personally think maybe Lupita Nyong'o might come back to do a role. Either her or Keke Palmer, because they both have done amazing in his films in the past. Also, being the fact that he was in one of the first movies that Jordan Peele did, I'm really hoping to see.
Daniel
Kaluuya.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like,
yes.
That's
I'm really hoping he comes back because, like, I don't know, he's done very well in all of Jordan Peele movies so far, and I just feel like it would sort of be, like, remiss if you do another one and just don't bring him back, or at least do something with him. So I think at least he would be a very good lead actor.
He's a shoo-in for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What about you, Ant?
Well, I mean, there's always the obvious of, well, right now, Pedro Pascal has been getting a lot of limelight, so there's always the chance that due to his current popularity surge with The Mandalorian and The Last of Us.
I like that answer.
That there is the chance that he might be in it. And then, there always are like the wild card options. Like, you never know. Nick Cage might be in there. I mean, he's just...
That would be amazing.
Oh
my God.
It would be amazing. Let's be real. He's probably not going to be in it, but you never know what Nick Cage is going to pop up in. Like, he goes from being Ghost Rider to a knockoff Five Nights at Freddy's character, and then
Dracula.
goes to Dracula, and then himself in a movie. Like, he's a wild card character, and there's a ton of other wild card characters. Like, I'm forgetting his name, but the most recent Peter Parker, I'm
Tom
Holland. He might be in there as well. I
think
some people are going to be very angry with you with the way that you just responded. How dare you not know who Tom Holland is?
Look, I got brain rot. Like I'm losing my memory. Like I looked over, I saw his face, and I was like, I forgot his name. No. There is also the chance that Jonathan Majors might be in it. Because
That would be cool. I
That'd
would
be
love
amazing.
to see
that.
that.
Would be super
Oh my God,
cool.
that'd be amazing.
and then you never know who could be in there. Like, he's always so creative. Jordan Peele's always so creative with like all of his movies that I think there's a good chance for literally anybody to be in it.
That's very fair.
Yeah. What do you think the plot might be of the movie? Any thoughts?
So, I mean, I know a lot of Jordan Peele's movies always based on some sort of racial issue, whether it's like just straight up racism or like, you know, kidnapping or like something along those lines. So I do think that he might put like a spin on something in particular, like of a specific racial issue. Now, being Jordan Peele, I would really be interested to see how he spins that and then puts horror into it, because that's, I think, where he really shines when it comes to this. But I think usually going with like the usual Peele MO of like using a controversial issue as a way to make a horror film, I think is usually how I think it might go. And then, you know, usual jump scares will ensue.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah.
I agree with your stance that like he does usually take on like racial issues and everything. I see that, and I raise you mole people. Yeah, no, it's gonna be like half underground, half above ground, and it's gonna be mole people that attack the government. Don't ask me how I know this. I have insider information.
Yeah.
You didn't hear it from me, but you know, mole people. Coming around Christmas.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just going to say you guys are excited, and obviously we're all going to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for the mole people.
So next on our list, something I think all of us are very excited to hear, Stranger Things Season 5.
Yes.
We got the first poster, what was it, yesterday or the day before? It was Will standing, in front of a portal?
Yeah,
I think
like
it
around
was?
the portal.
Yeah. So what are your guys' thoughts on the poster? Do you like it or not like it?
I think it's a very interesting poster. I think with posters that they've done in the past, I think this is a nice little like last hurrah of like, hey, this is the last time. So we might as well have one of our main characters in front of the portal once again to like sort of tease, hey, they might be going back to this portal again, and let's see where that goes. So I do like the fact that they're going this route, as this is the last hurrah, which I'm still so sad about because I love Stranger Things and I'm so sad that it's ending. I don't want it to end either, Tyler.
Yeah.
What about you, Ann?
No, I think the poster is really interesting. The fact that the portal is there does symbolize that the Upside Down is going to possibly be there in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And as somebody who plays Demogorgon on Dead by Daylight, I do love me the Upside Down.
My.
Does that have correlation? No. But moving on.
All right, so they did also confirm that filming is starting in June, which is very, very good. That's so close, and that gets me very much, very high hopes. But plot theories and/or ideas for you guys.
I do want to see more stuff. I think I talked about this the last time we talked about Stranger Things, but I did want to see more of Lucas because they kind of just like threw him to the side in the last couple seasons. And like there was obviously the big stuff with like him and Max and like that whole scenario going out, which I want to be able to see more of, or at least wrapping up some final things with him because they don't really talk about him very much. But also, I mean, 11 obviously needs to have like one last little hurrah before she goes. So I am very excited to see like how they're going to like tie up any loose ends, because it seems like a lot of them are very like, you know, set on what they need to do. So to wrap it all up needs to be, you know, pretty tight.
Yeah, no,
I
I definitely agree that like I think that Lucas and Max definitely should get at least a little part to wrap that up. They do have a lot of loose ends around that they definitely I think could tie up. That is all really cool. I raise you though, mole people.
Are
you on a mole people kick recently? Are you on a mole people
The
kick?
moles, they'll be coming.
Honestly, I
Apparently
don't
they're
put it
coming.
past them to do it because they have done crazy things, so I don't doubt it.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, all the residents of the Upside Down that come through to the regular, the right side up world, if you will, they all come from holes in the ground. You know who else comes from the holes in the ground?
Mole
The
people.
mole people.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Demogorgons are just moles. They're just an infestation of moles.
Right.
Well, I heard this theory. I think it was at the end, like after season 4, like ended, that they were thinking that like Vecna or someone's gonna bring like everybody like back to life or whatever. But like they're like evil and like I want to kill.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing, but that's just an idea.
Going very Game of Thrones route with that, I see.
Yeah.
They better not pull a Game of
No,
Thrones
that's
for
what I'm
this
saying.
season.
That the only thing I want them to do out of a Game of Thrones is to do that whole Night Walker thing and like rise people from the dead. That is it. If they put out a Game of Thrones season 8 season, I'm gonna be so upset.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I've heard so many bad things
As
about
a person
season
who
8.
has watched Game of Thrones, season 8 sucks. So I don't want that to happen to
No.
Stranger Things because it's too good of a show
I
to
don't
do
either.
that.
Though I will say that while the show does have like light inspiration from like D&D
Yeah.
with like the Demogorgon and Vecna's name, the fact that they played D&D, I think that like kind of my assumption is that there's going to be some kind of big battle at the end, just to kind of like be a cinematic moment where everyone forgets about all the stuff that Netflix has done in the past and just gathers together for a Stranger Things battle. And I think that like maybe putting some more D&D like into it could really like I think it might be able to like shore up a few things, make things a little cleaner. Though I may be a little biased because I like D&D a lot, but like I think that'd be really cool to go back to a bit
That would
more
be
of a
cool.
D&D-esque like route.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. I think it's just, especially with the fact that that's sort of what a lot of the show is based on.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think they definitely do need to hit at least a few episodes of like bringing it back a little
Yeah.
bit before
Yeah.
they wrap it up.
But last thing, you guys gonna watch? I'm obviously kind of guessing yes.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
think so.
Possibly one of the brilliant shows that they've done over at Netflix
Yes.
and the most watched,
Yeah.
perhaps, in my
Gone
opinion.
but never forgotten.
Also, great idea, Netflix. You can take this probably
No.
if you see this.
I'm scared.
since Stranger Things begins with like a D&D game, why don't you end it
ends
with a
with a
D&D
D&D
game as
game.
well? Like them finishing the thing. Like,
Oh
what if they
my.
just like finish the game that they were playing before?
Honestly, if they do
That'd be
that,
cool.
like depending on whenever we do get the chance to watch it and it comes out, if they do end it with that, I'm just gonna text Anne and be like, "Yeah, they did it. Yeah,
Yeah, see,
they
here's
did
the
it.
thing.
See, they did the thing."
That would be an amazing way to
That
end
would be a great way to
And
end
then
it.
you're gonna
honestly.
text me, the moles,
Yeah.
the
The mole
moles.
people. No.
Oh my god.
So our last story that we have for today, something that really shook my world. Very bad, very bad. Lance Reddick passed away at 60 Sunday, I think.
I
It
would
was
say
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
What past roles did you guys like of his?
See, I was a big John Wick fan,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember watching him in John Wick. He was amazing in that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just so sad because like he seemed like so like he put so much heart into his
Mm-hmm.
roles, and I just am really sad to see him go.
Yeah, I agree. I actually, I knew him from the other side. I was really big into Destiny 2 a few years ago, and I really, really loved the game. Like, I think the time that I quit was, like, right after the first, like, dark powers started to come in, and the...
So after like Beyond Light,
Yeah,
like
so-
stasis and everything.
Yeah, I
it's
got...
probably a good choice.
I got Beyond
At the
Light, and
point.
then I just kind of got bored of how much
Yeah.
grinding there was. But I will say, his vocal role was probably one of my favorites behind Cade 6, but, like, he was so influential for Destiny 2, and really he made a lot of people want to play Titan, and I think that he's definitely going to be missed, and if the, like, I don't know if anybody's seen this, people have
the
been...
tribute.
Yeah, the whole
Oh,
tribute.
the tribute.
People have been lining up in front of his like little corridor.
Little circles around him too.
Yep, making little circles. Like everybody's holding up like flags in memorial for him
Yep.
in game, and it is so touching to see a community, especially
Of millions of players
Yeah,
around the whole
exactly.
world
Everybody-
commemorating him.
everybody came together to support like his passing, like to to give thanks for the amazing work that he did. And I think that's so amazing.
That was the first time I've ever heard of Lance Reddick, was through Destiny and Destiny 2. My cousin put me on to Destiny when I still had a 360. He brought the game over the one night. My parents didn't let me play shooters at the time. And my cousin was like, oh no, it's okay. It's not a horrible shooter like Call of Duty. And I've been hooked ever since. And when I heard that on Sunday, my heart dropped. I FaceTimed my dad. I was like, the guy from John Wick died. It's the guy from John Wick died. He's like, oh no, the one at the hotel. I'm like, yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Guy.
what do you think will happen with his current and or future roles that he has? Especially with Lightning Thief coming out soon on Disney Plus.
I think I know that not Mufasa, James Earl Jones was planning on doing not AI, but sort of AI of having AI do his roles. So I think they may do that
That's
at
what
some
I said
point.
The other day, yeah.
They may just have an AI do it, but I don't know. I just still feel similar to James Earl Jones, it's just not going to be the same.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice to at least still have, but it's not going to be nearly the same.
Yeah, and I think that at least for Destiny 2, I think they'll probably give him a nice tribute off, and then maybe they'll send the character off in a nice way.
But we shall see. We shall see.
We shall see.
All right. So for our last and final segment, trust me, okay, we have our upcoming movies. This weekend, John Wick Chapter 4. I'm excited to see Lance Reddick in his final role, and my dad's forcing me to take him, so it may be tomorrow night. I have no clue, but we'll see. Are you guys excited for John Wick?
I am. I would say so. I mean,
It looks
John
pretty
Wick
good.
movies are always pretty decent.
Longest one in the franchise, too.
Very true.
Yeah.
I saw it today. It was 3 hours and 45 minutes was the first cut.
Wow. Talk about
That's-
devotion to the dog.
That just, oh my God, that just
It's
sounds
insane.
so long. And that's just the first cut. I don't even know
Yeah.
how they even made it through cutting the rest of it, because that just sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
And then next week, the end of the month, we have Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Let's
I know
go.
I'm going to see that 100%.
1,000%.
Mostly for Chris Pine, but you
Yeah.
know,
I'm just going in support of the D&D movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the probably $30 20-sided die vessel
Yeah,
from
same,
AMC.
Same here. I need a
AMC.
new dice bag. Right now, I got a Converse shoebox that I wrote D&D in Sharpie marker. That would be way more convenient. I wish I was joking about that. I think I drew a beholder on that too, actually.
Oh my God.
And then on April 5th, we got the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh,
I know I'll be
Lord.
there day one. I know I'll be there.
They're trying to drain my pockets. I'm already broke.
See that?
And this is a perfect time. Get Regal Unlimited.
Not sponsored, I think.
Not
sponsored.
sponsored. Not sponsored. But Regal Unlimited. It's worth your money. Trust me. Trust me.
Bro,
Everybody
what
here would
money?
say yes. But
I mean, I sort of share Anne's point. These movies are great, but I want to see them, but I'm broke, so I
I
don't
go to
know.
college. You think I got enough money to go see 3 movies in a row?
and then on the 10th, we got Renfield with Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult.
Huh, we were just talking about Nick.
Nicolas Cage, man, he's in
Cage.
everything.
Swear.
He's in
Yes.
everything and nothing simultaneously.
But is he everything, everywhere, all at once?
Oh my
though?
God, Tyler.
There we go.
He's probably in there somewhere. He's
100%.
got a little background role.
There we go.
Oh my God.
All right, and then the last movie we have up on our list is Beau's Afraid on the 21st of April. I'm going to watch that day one, 100%, no questions asked. A24, my heart,
Of course.
my
you're
money,
going-
even though I get free movies, my money, Are you guys going to watch that last movie then?
I mean, I would check out the trailer before I would say yes or
Joaquin
no.
Phoenix,
Oh, well,
psychological
then yeah, I'm
horror
gonna watch
movie,
it then. Never mind.
thriller.
Yeah, I kind of like horror movies more in my house than I do in the theater.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit of a jumper.
No.
So it's a little spooky.
Oh my God.
But, all right, I think that's all we got for today. I'm Tyler, along with Ant and Sinai, and tune in next week for another riveting discussion in the world of pop culture. Have a great night, Millersville.